we meet a group of people who love pranks. This is Angela, and she's watching a video about clowns. This is her boyfriend, Nando. This girl's name is Sarah. And this cool guy on the motorcycle is Rai. He's Sarah's boyfriend. This is a local blogger named Koldo. And this librarian is Eva. This is Virginia, and this is Sebas. And they are also interested in clowns. They are all gathering for the next meeting of their book club. This meeting is dedicated to maniacal clowns. The friends discuss one of the creepy books about clowns and realize that people in makeup look very scary. We learn that Nando is jealous of his girlfriend Angela. At home, Angela is writing her new novel. She has a creative crisis and can't finish a chapter. The girl is watching creepy videos about clowns again, and it scares her. The next day, after the lecture, the professor asks Angela to go to his office. He locks the door, pours himself a whiskey, and then starts to harass her. Angela has to fight back and listen to the insults he hurls at her. Nando tries to comfort his beloved. Sarah also supports her friend. Rumors about this story spread throughout the book club. The friends write to Angela that they are going to teach the vile professor a lesson. They decide to play a real clown prank on the man. Angela writes a love letter to the professor, and her friends buy creepy clown masks. At night, they sneak into the library and hear a noise. It's Eva. It turns out that the boys accidentally locked her in. Unsuspecting, the professor pours himself a whiskey, and at that moment, a man in a terrible mask enters his office. The man tries to escape, but they give chase, and there are not one, but two clowns. And then other clowns appear. The professor is very scared. He runs down dark corridors. Someone hits him, and the wounded man runs on. He collides with Angela, which causes him to fall from a great height and land on a sharp statue. Frightened students take off their masks. They were not prepared for such a development. They only wanted to scare the vile professor, not take his life. They decide to hide the traces of their crime and pretend that they were not there. They throw their masks into the fire and swear to keep this secret. The creepy masks begin to burn. The next day, everyone at the university discusses the news about the professor. It's even on the news. The police conclude that it was an accident. However, Angela blames herself for what happened. Students continue to attend lectures. At one of the lectures, they see that the administrator of the book chat is someone named Crazy Clown. This scares them very much. Moreover, this person writes the first chapter of his book in the chat room, titled The Death of a Professor. The author states that he will punish the students for this crime, and they will die in turn in each chapter of his book. The friends begin to scandalize and accuse each other. It is obvious that the author is one of them. Soon, Angela begins to hallucinate, but it's just Sarah. The clown reads the second chapter of his book and describes the death of Virginia. The friends immediately start looking for their friend and find out that she did not spend the night at home. It turns out that the girl tried to escape, but was attacked at a bus stop by a maniac wearing a clown mask. Virginia ran to an abandoned dormitory nearby, but the clown still caught up with her and punished her. The students find the same dormitory and see a sign on the wall that says to be continued, but Virginia is not there. Eva suggests finding a clown and thinks that it is definitely one of the university students. This person loves horror, reads a lot, and loves clowns. They need to make a list and interrogate everyone, but there are only 6 suspects, and they are all themselves, so they shouldn't trust each other. Angela receives a message from a crazy clown. He is following her. The girl walks along the bookshelves, and a man in a clown mask rushes at her. Angela hides behind one of the shelves, but the clown finds her, and the chase continues. Angela runs and falls into Nando's arms. Next to him is a clown mask, and everyone decides that he is the author of this terrible book. The boy is chased away, and Sebas comforts the girl. He seems to be in love with her. The students go to the bar where Nando works. The crazy clown is writing the 3rd chapter of his book. In this chapter, Rai is supposed to die. At this moment, a man in a clown mask approaches the boy. Rai is not afraid of him and demands to take off the mask. The clown does so and strikes the boy. Rai falls to the ground. The author writes that he hid his body in an abandoned swimming pool. The students run there, but Rai is not there either. They suspect Eva because she was not with them at the bar. Among the pile of leaves in the pool, they find the inscription, "To be continued." The streamer records an episode dedicated to a crazy clown and his creepy book. It turns out that the author has launched a poll asking who will die next. So far, Angela is in the lead. Sebas hides Angela in one of the university's departments. A man in a clown mask appears behind her, but it seems to be her hallucination again. Sebas says that the crazy clown calls himself Alicia. Surprisingly, this was the name of the main character in a creepy novel that Angela wrote 6 years ago. It was a story about a real girl who was a friend of Angela's. When Alicia found out about the book, she promised to take revenge on Angela, but she is long gone because she and her mother died in a fire, so she can't be the clown. Sebas comforts Angela, kisses her, and confesses his love for her. The girl does not resist and takes off his shirt. At this moment, Nando receives a message from a crazy clown. He offers the boy to save Angela. Nando follows the clown's instructions and finds himself in a room that looks like a morgue. The boy opens one of the white bags and sees the body of the professor. A man in a clown costume appears at the door of the room. Nando first tries to run away from him, then knocks him down and takes off his mask. But at that moment, the clown grabs his weapon. The students receive a message from the mad clown. He has written a new chapter of his book, and Nando dies in it. Angela rushes to the hospital, but Nando is alive and well. The guy says that the clown really attacked him, but did not take his life. He just hit him. The streamer goes live again. It turns out that the crazy clown is going to appear at a book fair and asks all his fans to wear clown masks. He broadcasts live from the fair, and excited students rip off everyone's masks to try to find him. Sarah breaks one of the girls' phones and hides from the police in a local greenhouse. A man wearing a clown mask appears next to her. Sarah pushes him down the stairs and tries to escape. However, the door to the greenhouse is locked. The clown catches up with the girl and delivers his signature punch. The girl falls into the fountain. Angela sees all this through the transparent door, and the clown continues to broadcast his live show. Angela returns to the fair, and another clown appears in front of her. This clown falls down, and his mask is removed. They see that it is the same streamer. The guy stops showing signs of life, and panic breaks out at the fair. Angela loses consciousness. The girl comes to in an ambulance. Nando is sitting next to her, excited. Angela receives a text message with a photo of Sebas tied up. Nando thinks the clown is Eva. Angela is not sure and runs to save her friend. She finds the clown's weapon on the ground and heads to the place where he called her. There, Angela finds Eva. The girl is seriously injured, and she tries to say the clown's name, but does not have time to do so. Angela picks up her weapon again and goes on. She finds Sebas tied up. He comes to, and Angela unties him from the ropes. Nando appears in the room. Sebas screams that this is clown. The guy assures him that he is not. Sebas grabs the clown's weapon. One blow, and Nando falls to the floor. Sebas smiles happily and says that he was the clown, and he did it all for Angela. It turns out that Sebas had planned everything carefully. He sent a love letter to the professor, supposedly from Angela, and then offered to organize a prank. It was he who hit the professor, causing him to fall from a great height. Then he killed all the other people, making the girl suspicious of everyone. Angela tells Sebas that he is mentally ill. The guy admits that Alicia was his girlfriend. Because of the novel Angela wrote, she went crazy and died in a fire with her mother. The girl wounds the psychopath and tries to escape, and Sebas chases after her. Suddenly, a clown appears in front of the girl. He takes off his mask, and we see Virginia, but the girl says that her name is not really Virginia, but Alicia. She did not die in the fire, but survived to take revenge on her friend. She and Sebas invented this horrible novel together. The crazy couple is confident that their book will bring them great popularity. But they missed one detail. Nando is a survivor, and with one good punch, he throws Sebas down the stairs. Angela starts running, and Alicia chases after her. The girls go down to the technical room, and there, Angela manages to set her rival on fire. The police arrive at the university to collect evidence. Angela sees the wounded Nando and takes his hand. A year passes. A new professor gives a lecture about the genre in which cool bestsellers often have sequels. We see that Angela has a new hairstyle, and so does her boyfriend. Our heroine goes outside and sees a man dressed as a clown. They are left alone. The clown takes off his mask, and we see Alicia.